Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, I'm going to be looking at my predictions for what I think it's going to take to run a successful business in 2024. There's three parts of it. Stick around to the end of the video where I tell you an extra little bonus. Number one is building a personal brand. This isn't new to many people, but I still think people are sleeping on it. I don't think they're taking it serious enough. I think a lot of people hide behind their business logo when actually it's all about you. I think people are drawn to you as the leader, the person with the voice, the person with the story, the relatable journey, the person who's been where your prospects are. So I think you really need to take a deep dive on your personal brand, addressing your full journey from start to where you are now. And I want you to think of it as like a mountain. You're at the top with a flag. You've still got some time to go, but your prospects, your customers are at the bottom of that mountain or they're on their way up. And you as the guide, as the expert, have to lead them up there. Now it's not just about your knowledge or expertise, it's about you as a person. And one of the things that you should look to do in 2024 is start to separate yourself a little from your actual business and your brand, because most people watching this are going to probably want to have opportunities to really excel themselves and not just their business. Another part of it is like if you just constantly look to make more money or grow the business, you're never really doing anything for yourself, and it becomes this kind of metric driven environment that you're in, which is great and is necessary, but over time you're going to lose a bit of fulfillment because you aren't growing, you're not focusing on yourself, and you've not got that North Star from a personal perspective. So I want you to take some time, think about your journey so far, go back to when you were at the bottom of that mountain that your prospects or customers are at right now, document it all, make notes, and go out and spread that message. And the next piece of it is just building up that personal brand. So what can you do to get more speaking opportunities? What can you do to position yourself in a certain way that's different? What can you do to collaborate with more people in your space? How can you get yourself in front of customers in a different way that isn't just buy my thing? So I think personal brand is going to be huge. I'm not sitting here with the best personal brand ever, obviously. I guess this video is for me as much as it is for you, but you only need to look at The Rock, Kendall Jenner, Kylie Jenner, Conor McGregor, all these people who have built a personal brand so much that when they started a business they sold it for hundreds of millions of pounds. Conor with whiskey, The Rock with tequila, and really it was about their personal brand. Everybody knows who The Rock is. I guarantee you not a lot of people will actually know that he sold his tequila company or that he sold tequila. So it's an understanding that people are drawn to the individual, the person, the leader, and if you work on that, then actually business sales will be easier. And number two is building a movement or a new opportunity. Now you could call this being disruptive, you could call it being very different from your other people in your field, in your industry, your competitors, things like that, but you've really got to sit and think over the Christmas period, New Year period, of how you can build something new and different from what your customers and clients are used to experiencing. And it takes time and it's hard, and you'll be banging your head against the wall at times trying to think of this, but there's a reason why it's hard and people don't do it. So when you do have that moment of like, right, this is the new thing, this is the thing that is going to get the people who are out there who need help and take them from the struggles they're facing to their dream result, a different vehicle. A really good way to get the answers to this is asking your current clients, asking your market. One of the things that changed the game for me was market research, but the market research was anonymous. So I was able to ask people anonymously a bunch of market research questions that allowed me to fully understand their struggles. Because here's the thing not a lot of business owners know. You can deep dive on what your clients and what your prospects are struggling with in your own words, and they can tell you what they're struggling with. Now the cons to them telling you is they maybe don't use the lingo that you kind of use. The cons of you putting words in their mouth and know what they struggle with is that it's your translation of it. But the great thing is that not a lot of business owners do is put both of them together. In the middle is the sweet spot. So you're using their words with their struggles, and that's when it lands. But more importantly, in those words, you will find a new opportunity. You will find a way to create a movement. Now you see this in all industries when someone is disruptive. The most common one, or the most obvious one, would be Steve Jobs with Apple. You talk about when the MP3 was out. It wasn't about the MP3 holding 1,000 songs and him creating the iPod that could hold 15,000 songs. It wasn't just that. It was about the size of it, how sleek it looked, the fact that you could clip it onto your waist, and the fact that it could hold way more songs. But they didn't say we're a better MP3 player. They were like, we have a new thing here that you've never experienced. And you might think, oh, I've only got a small business, I can't do that, I'm not Steve Jobs. Why not? Why not think big that you've got something completely different? Because I come back to it, if you've got something different that you can show people and present to people, they're drawn to it. So I want you to brainstorm how you can create a new opportunity in your market, whether you're a physio, whether you're a personal trainer, whether you're an online coach, whether you're a photographer, a barber. What is that thing that you can do to create a new opportunity for people to not just look in the market and go, I'm thinking about signing up with him or her, and actually separate yourself? Because when you do that, no one can compete with you because you've got a new thing. There's nothing else there. The people haven't tried it. So have a think on that and give yourself some time. Maybe change your environment. Sit with a pen and a notepad and just go to town, but be patient. Okay, number 3 is authenticity. If you've been following me a while, you'll see me harp on about this all the time. It's one of our pillars inside our program, monthly recurring revenue. And I've seen this quote. Let me read it out to you. And I want you to write this down. Authenticity is reclaiming reality in a counterfeit culture. Think of that. Authenticity is reclaiming reality in a counterfeit culture. What's starting to happen nowadays is that, running a business and a lot of markets are saturated or they're competitive. And nowadays it's actually going back to if you were just to be authentic and speak authentically, not in jargon, not confusing your market, you're actually going to stand out. And for me, it's a very exciting time to be alive and run a business because hopefully authenticity comes natural to you. Now, it might be struggling because you've always been so business focused and business orientated, and maybe you say things a certain way. Maybe your self-confidence is low, maybe your self-esteem, like all these types of things. I get it. If you can truly be authentic, you'll rise above the crowd. And can you imagine your business and your personal brand doing well just by being yourself? It's almost the ideal life. If you can make more money by being yourself, the thing is with that is you can crank up the volume. Like, it's not some fancy new tactic, it's just you, truly and authentically you, and you've just got to keep putting yourself out there. So when I look at the industry we're in, the fitness industry, the fitness business space, authenticity is hard to come by because of the world of social media, filters, people editing stuff, people being fake and false, and speak to people on social media and then you meet them in person and they're like different altogether. So it's like, right, how can you harness your authentic self and just understanding, like, what voice have I got? What's my opinions? What's my beliefs? Like, what message do I want to spread? And when you're doing it, there's going to be times where you're thinking of someone's voice saying, why are you acting like that? Or you shouldn't be saying that. I want you just to, get tunnel vision with it and just say how you really feel and get your message out there. So you can see here that all 3 points come together really nicely. And personally, for the next 2 years, this is our main pillars of how we're going to grow the business to 5 million in the next 2 years is personal brand. I've already got the book out there. I'm already pushing my whole profile and getting on some big podcasts and things like that to build that brand, building that new movement and opportunity. We're already there to a big degree. Still a lot of work to do, of course. And then the final piece is authenticity, is just trying to continue to put my voice out there in a way that is true to me, and the little voice in my head that says that's not you is getting smaller and smaller. So that's the plan. I'd love for you to write this down, give it a bash, sit on it, and of course if you want to brainstorm with me, put it in the chat box below, reach out to me on Instagram. And that is it. My predictions for a successful 2024 is stuff that you actually just need to think about. It's not something you have to spend a ton of money on, it's just things that you have to sit with and create it. Hope you enjoyed the video. I'll speak to you soon.